I'm Caitlin E, and welcome back to the Lit Review. Today, we're doing another unboxing. This time, the Read Romance Repeat box from The Ripped Bodice. This is a monthly subscription box where you pay around $40 for 2 paperback books and a bookish good, but they are all recent releases from the romance genre, curated for you by the amazing folks at The Ripped Bodice. So this is one of my favorite subscription boxes. I love this bookstore so much, and their recommendations are always on point. I have found some of my favorite romances, and even the ones that weren't always my favorite from this subscription box have been interesting to me to read. So this is February's box, box number 14 overall. They've been doing this for 2 years now. This is the start of year 2. The boxes are also super cute. Like everything, I always want to give you a tour of them. Like they're so adorable. You have the hashtags and social handles. You have always a quote on the outside of the box too. Like it's so stinking cute. So this month for February 2022, it says, "Take a good book to bed with you. Books do not snore. Thea Dorn." Let's get into this thing and see what's up. All right, the first thing I see in the box is my good old favorite little leaflet. There is a kind of folded note, just kind of like generally from the folks at Ripped Bodice inside, which I will not peek at just yet. There are usually 2 letters from the authors. There are always QR codes associated with them that sometimes lead to their websites or a list of their backlist or just like a recipe or a playlist that the author would like to share with you. There's always something in there. And then on the outside of this, there is the QR code for to learn more about the Bookish Good vendor. I'm not like reading it, so I'll have an authentic response for you. There's also a QR code for any trigger or content warnings that either of these books may have. And then they sometimes play with my heart, but it looks like this month we actually do have teasers for next month, so I will talk about those at the very end. Part of why I love this book box so much is that I feel like they do a really good job of curating their picks. There is usually something that is like a more traditionally published book, as well as something that might be from a smaller press, not quite indie, like they don't do self-pub or indies as much, but like a smaller press. Also, what I love is that usually one of the 2 books will have some form of representation, usually in its characters. Sometimes it's LGBT, sometimes it's a BIPOC character, sometimes it's a BIPOC author or an LGBT author, neurodivergent, body positivity. There's like a lot of different potential forms of representation that you might see in this box. And so I think that's like really part of why I keep coming back to it, because it's not just a cool romance box, it's expanding my horizons within the genre every single time. And for somebody who's been reading the genre since she was like young teens, this is still really fun for me because I get to discover new things every single time. With that in mind, first thing I see in the box is Ramon and Julieta by Alana Quintana Albertson. Obviously, by the title, I'm thinking it's a Romeo and Juliet retelling, but let's read the back and find out together. Oh my gosh, it's Romeo and Juliet with tacos. You need to read that. So Ramon Montez is a Ivy League educated son of a fast food empire, and he is very driven, very goal-oriented, and then he is kissed by a mysterious, beautiful woman on the Day of the Dead who runs off with his heart, and he, because of his determined attitude in life, really wants to know who the heck this woman is. Celebrity chef Julieta has sacrificed everything for her small restaurant that I believe her mother, her seed-to-table taqueria, from closing. This is something that has been in the family, and she realizes that her new landlord is none other than the enigmatic and handsome son of that taco empire. And apparently there's beef, not to make a terrible taco pun, but there's beef because Ramon's father stole her mother's taco recipe back in the day. So there's some bad blood in there. And she doesn't realize that the handsome man she kissed on Day of the Dead was in fact Ramon. So this is set in San Diego, and it's not just that there's some tension between the families. There seems to be a lot of community unrest about the big kind of taco empire coming in to take over the community. So that's like really rooted in a community culture, which I think is really, really interesting. I am very enticed by this beautiful, colorful cover. Like, it is so beautiful. So hopefully I did the summary of that justice, not having read the book yet, but I'm really intrigued by it, and I've seen this one kind of pop up in bookstores a little bit and was kind of hoping this would be in the box, so this is a big win. Next I see our Bookish Good, and oh my god. Yes, I'm so excited. Preach. Thank you, Ripped Bodice. So it says Feeling Smitten, Amber, which I believe is like the name of the company, maybe? Or yeah. But it's white ginger shower fizz with an amber gem inside. That's where we go. Feeling Smitten is the name of the company. Amber is the thing that's inside. But it's a shower steamer. I don't know why I struggled so much with the description of what this was, but it's a shower steamer. I just told you, I think in like my authentic books unboxing last month, that I can't utilize bath bombs because I don't have a good tub situation in my apartment. But a shower steamer, this is where it's at. Man, this is what frickin' comes from having small businesses in LA know what's up, because they know that not everybody has a frickin' tub. Bless. This is so exciting. I will be using this very soon. And then let's get to that second book. The second book is The Rake Gets Ravished by Sophie Jordan. And this is, I think, part of a series called The Duke Hunt. So love that clinch cover, friends. Love a lady on top clinch cover too. Hey yo. So Silas Masters is a bit of a rake, and he owns London's most popular gaming hall. He's super wealthy, very powerful, and, you know, just kind of like the cool, dark, mysterious guy. Most men fear him, women desire him, except, of course, our heroine, Mercy Kittinger. So Silas wins her family home in a game of cards, and Mercy is not having it. She steals away into Silas's rooms, intent on destroying the proof. But things do not go according to plan. Mercy is caught, and in order to save herself, she seduces Silas and then disappears with the voucher in hand. She thinks she's in the clear, but of course that's not going to happen. Silas, being the powerful man that he is not going to allow anyone, not even the dark-haired seductress that stole his heart, to steal from him. So he's going to hunt her down and show her just how sweet payback can be. Looking forward to that. The cover's really pretty. Like, there's a lot of like just detail in the back of this cover that I think is quite nice. This sounds super cool. I'm very excited about this. And honestly, both of these picks are traditionally published. This is from Avon. This is from Berkeley Romance. But I think these are picks that are maybe not top of mind for like the big release calendar for romance. But I still think they deserve that because these premises are fantastic. So I love the Ripped Bodice for giving us some things that may have caught our eye but maybe didn't get put in our cart. So I like that vibe here, and I'm really excited to read both of these. So with the leaflet, you get the cute little notes from both Sophie Jordan and Alana Quintana Albertson. You get kind of their pictures, the QR codes I talked about earlier, and I just always think these are very sweet. They really connect with the readers here, like talking about their process and like what inspired them. For example, Alana mentioned that this was a book that she wrote during the pandemic, and that she's created a playlist. So that's one of the things that you could link here for the QR code. Love that. I mentioned the QR codes here earlier, but let's talk about next month. So typically, I love it when they do this, when they provide the 3 hints for the next month's box. I am terrible at keeping up with new releases. I legitimately use TikTok and other forms of BookTube for that because like I'm not motivated to do it myself. So I love the whole hints because then I feel like I can maybe start to sleuth things out. Usually there are, 1 hint for each of the books and then 1 hint for the item that we'll get in the box. So we see a stethoscope. So I'm imagining a contemporary doctor medical romance. That does not sound sexy the way I just put it, but I'm sure they'll do better than I did. Then you also see gears. So I think we might be in for a double contemporary box, maybe? I mean, I guess that doesn't necessarily have to be true. There are like Westerns that have doctors. There are like Regency novels that have doctors. It doesn't have to be a contemporary, but I imagine the gears might be. Like maybe we have a mechanic as one of our protagonists. Nothing is coming to mind right away with these because that's kind of vague. But I'm intrigued. And then for our item, I imagine this will be some kind of like stationery or post-it, because that's exactly what we have here, is a cute little post-it. And listen, I love stationery. I am never turning down more post-its, like ever. If you have ideas about what could be coming in the March box, please let me know, because I like the sleuthing. So that was February's Read Romance Repeat box. Thank you for spending time with me. I hope you have a fantastic reading day. Like and subscribe if you'd like to see more from me or this channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!